Hi, good morning everyone. Once again, welcome to physics class. Now in this class, I am going to explain some problems regarding to triangle of forces of Lami's theorem. Because Lami's theorem is the one of application for triangle of forces. After that, I am going to explain polygon law of addition of vectors and some problems. Okay. First one, example 1. Suppose it is given in this diagram here. It is a string connected at or connected in between A and B, and at the point O there is a weight W suspended from the wire. Weight is good. Okay. One end of the string is connected to the ridge support, and this total is the ridge support. This is the ridge support. The string is connected to A at one end, and another end of the string is connected to the point B. At the point both there is a weight is suspended from it. Weight is suspended from it. Also given this vertical line, it makes an angle 30 degrees with OA. 30 degrees with OA. You can read given tension in OB is 30 newtons. Tension OB is 30 newtons. Find first one weight W, and second one tension in the string. Tension in the string OB. So this is the problem. Okay. Otherwise, let the tension OA is equal to capital B. Remember this point. This is capital B. And tension in OB is equal to T1 and T1 is given by 30 newtons. This is T2, unknown value. The tension in OC is equal to T3 and T3 should be equal to W. To keep the particles in equilibrium, weight should be calculated, tension in the lowest. Okay na? Yala solve. Suppose this is the line. This is OB. Along this, tension can be 30 newtons. And along this line, the tension in OA is equal to, this is OB, tension in OA is equal to T2, this is the unknown value. And here, the tension in the lower string is equal to T3 and is equal to weight. It is equal to weight. Here also given, this is the angle 30 degrees. Angle 30 degrees. Remember my students, this problem can be solved in two ways. Method 1 using Lami's theorem. Method 2 by dividing the vector into its components. First one from Lami's theorem. According to Lami's theorem, it is P, Q, and this is R. Opposite to P, the angle between Q and R is equal to alpha. Between P and R is equal to beta. Between P and Q is equal to gamma. Then from Lami's theorem, we can written as P by sin alpha is equal to Q by sin beta is equal to R by sin alpha. This is the formula. Okay na? This is valid only if the particle is in equilibrium by application of these three forces. Okay. Here చూడండి T1 is very similar to P. P is equal to 30. Then what is the angle opposite to this T1? It is given as 30. And this total angle should be equal to 180. This is 180. 120 degrees. And angle between T1 and T3 is equal to, this is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, perpendicular. So this is alpha. Okay now, this is beta and this is gamma. From values we have A is sin alpha equal to Q is sin beta equal to R is sin gamma. You know the value P is equal to 30. Alpha is equal to 150. Okay now, we are having P2. P2 means T value gamma. Beta is the value, what is value? 90. Therefore, here it is equated. P will write T1 by sin 150 is equal to T1 by sin 150 is equal to 150 degrees is equal to T2 by sin opposite to T2 is equal to angle is 90. It is given 30 by sin 150 is equal to written as sin 90 plus 60 is equal to T2 by sin 90. Again, you know, 30 by sin 90 plus theta is equal. Sin 90 plus theta is equal to cos theta is second quadrant. Sin is also positive. Cos 60. That is equal to T2 by sin 90. 30 by cos 30 is equal to 1 by 2. And T2 by sin 90 is equal to 1. Therefore, on solving it, T2 is equal to 60 degrees. Okay now? This is the value. Next one. T2 value. Tension in the same way equal to T2. T2 is equal to okay 60 meters. How do you find out it? W value common. W means R value. To find the value of R, we can equate the first one and also the last one. Second one and third one. Therefore, Q by sin theta is equal to R by sin theta. Q means T2 by sin theta is equal to 90 is equal to R value. R is equal to W by sin gamma is equal. What is the value of gamma? This is equal to 120 degrees. Sin 120 degrees. Therefore, T2 by also you know T2 is equal to 60 by sin 91. W by sin 120 is equal. Here, sin 120 degrees is equal to sin 90 plus 30. Sin 90 plus theta is equal to cos theta, cos 30. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Therefore, this is root 3 by 2. From this, W is equal to 60 into root 3 by 2. 60 into root 3 by 2. 2 1 2 3 30s. Weight W is equal to 30 root 3 newtons. So this is the value. Cut in this way, we can calculate the amount of problems. Okay now, 3 forces acting. First force, second force, third force. By applying these 3 forces, let if the particle is in equilibrium, then only we can use the Lagrange theorem. After doing this Lagrange theorem, you can find the amount of problems. Remember one point. If one of the forces is taken as P, one second one is Q, and the last one is R. Opposite to P, angle between them is alpha. Opposite to Q, angle between them is beta. Opposite to R, angle between them is gamma. By knowing alpha, beta, gamma, then we will find out the values. Okay, this is the first method. Method 1. Method 1. Then what is method 2? Method C. The same diagram. Here, this is W, OB and OE. Here, this is the angle 30 degrees. Let us find the tension in OB is equal to T1. T1 is given by 30 newtons. In the tension T2 and T2 value unknown. దీనిలో టెన్షన్ T3 అనుకుంటే T3 should be equal to T3 is equal to. So now this T3 will be resolved into 2 perpendicular components. Vertical line to angle చేసుకుంది కాబట్టి along this line the component of T2 is equal to T2 cos 30 So here, out of T1, T2, T3, which force lying in a plane? Then only it will be resolved into two perpendicular components. Suppose if a force is which is lying along x-axis or y-axis, we cannot divide it into components. Plane of the T1 is lying along x-axis and W is also lying along y-axis. There is no need to divide these forces into its components. T2 lying xy plane, then only T2 will be resolved into two perpendicular components, T2 cos 30 and T2 sin 30. ఒకవేళ ఈ 30 రేటు ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చాడు అనుకోండి, దిస్ ఆయన 30 ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇటువైపు ఉన్న కాంపోనెంట్ వచ్చేసి T2 cos 30 అవుతుంది అండ్ దీని పర్పెండిక్యులర్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు T2 sin 30. దేంతో యాంగిల్ చేస్తే చూసుకోవాలి. దాని యాంగిల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు the component of this force along the axis which can make the angle should be cos 30. Remaining one is sin 30. But in this situation, this is the angle that it is. That's why it is T2 cos 30 and this is T2 sin 30. Again, to keep the point, what is equilibrium? What is equilibrium means? Come on, tell me. The force acting towards positive x-axis should be equal to force acting towards negative x-axis. Sum of the force acting upwards is sum of the force acting downwards. Yes. Here what is it? T1 equal to 30 and T2 sin 30. Both should be equal. Along x direction, T1 is equal to T2 sin 30. T1 is equal to 30 is equal to T2 into sin 30 is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, T2 is equal 30 into 2 equal to 16 meters. Okay? T2 is equal to 16 meters. This is component. And how do you find the weight W is? W should be equal to sum of the force acting downwards to sum of the force acting upwards. Means W is equal to T2 cos 30. That is T2 value is 16 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2 also 2 30s. That is equal to 30 root 3 meters. This is the value. Okay, this is the simple way. Okay. Next again, one more problem we are doing here. That's one is see many students. Here one more example for Lami's. Here there are four forces: 10 newtons, 10 newtons, P newtons, and 10 newtons. These four forces acting at the point of simultaneously, and the point is in equilibrium. The point is in equilibrium. So in equilibrium, find the value of P and also P. What the magnitude of this force P and what the angle theta. Here also, this can be done by using two methods, either Lami's theorem or by component division. Simply by component division method, you know, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. This is the point. Here, P is lying in a plane, xy plane. 10 root 2 also lying in xy plane. What is the component of P along this direction? Along this direction, theta equal to its component is equal to b cos theta, and along this direction, its component is equal to b sin theta. After dividing these two components, it should be ignored. Next, this is 10 root 2. 10 root 2 makes an angle 45 degrees with x-axis. Therefore, component of 10 root 2 along this direction is 10 root 2 cos 45, and along this direction its component is equal to 10 root 2 sin 45. Okay. So after dividing into its required components, it is also ignored. Right, my dear students? Suppose here the point is in equilibrium. O is in equilibrium. Sum of the forces acting towards right is equal to sum of the forces acting towards left. Or sum of the forces acting upwards is equal to sum of the forces acting downwards. Enough. Here there are only two. All these forces will be resolved into two perpendicular components. One along x direction, second one along. Okay. So if the particle is in equilibrium along x direction, what are the sum of the forces acting towards right? One is 10 plus second one 10 root 2 cos phi should be equal to sum of the forces acting towards left is equal to this side. This is equation. Sorry. Here 10 plus 10 root 2 into cos 45 is equal to 1 by root 2 is equal to 3 sin theta root 2 cancel. Again 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. So 20 is equal to 3 sin theta. This is 1. Along y direction. The sum of the forces acting in upward direction is 10 plus 3 cos theta. In downward direction 10 root 2 sin 45. That means 10 root 2 sin 45 is equal to 10 plus 3 cos. Again 10 root 2 into sin 45 1 by root 2 is equal to 10 plus 3 cos. Root 2 cancel. This 10 is p cos theta is equal to 10 minus 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Therefore, p cos theta is equal to 0 only. But p is not equal to 0. Why? P is a constant. It is a force. Come here, p is not equal to 0. That's why cos theta is equal to 0 by p means 0. Therefore, cos theta 0 means theta is equal to 90 degrees. Cos 90 is equal to 1, 0. That's why theta is 90 degrees. So, substituting this value in equation 1. In equation 1, p sin theta is equal to 20 and p into sin theta sin 90 is equal to 20 sin 90 1. Therefore, p is equal to 20 degrees. Correct? P is equal to 20 degrees and theta equal to 90 degrees. Theta equal to 90 degrees. Okay na? Okay na? So, the same formula can also be done using Lami's method. Yeah? Sorry. Lami's theorem cannot be applicable here. Why? Lami's theorem is applicable only if the number of forces acting on the body are 3. Here there are 4 forces. 1, 2, 3, 4 forces. That's why Lami's theorem is applicable. Right? Only method 1 is valid. Right. Right? There is one third law for the addition of vectors. That is called polygon law of addition of vectors. So, in this polygon law of addition of vectors, there are so many forces here. This is the point O. Let P bar is one of the force, Q bar is the other force, and this is R bar and S bar, and this is T bar. How many forces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forces. These are the 5 forces acting at the point goes simultaneously, and the point is in equilibrium. All these forces are the coplanar. Coplanar means the given forces are like a plane, right? Suppose the particle is in equilibrium, then according to polygon law, all these forces can be represented by the sides of a polygon taken out. When all these forces they can be axed at one point and the point is in equilibrium. And the point is in equilibrium, remember that then only all these forces or vectors are represented by the sides of a polygon taken out. The statement for polygon law of vectors. See here here. First one, let us draw a vector which is parallel to B bar. This is equivalent to OA bar. OA bar is equal to. Next, from the head of the first vector, let us join the second vector Q bar. So this is Q bar and AB bar is equal to Q bar. Again from the head of the second vector, tail of the third vector is joined. Third vector is R bar is like this. This is the direction. So here this is R bar. Okay. BC bar is equal to R bar. Similarly from the head of the third vector, let us join the initial point at tail of the next vector. This is the tail of the next vector. దీని రాయాలి. CD bar is equal to S. Next one, after doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 forces, and this is the initial point of first vector. This is the final point of the last vector. This closing side indicates the resultant of all these vectors, which is equivalent to OD bar. But here DO bar is equal to the equivalent P bar. DO bar is equal to P bar. Therefore, from the geometrical addition, OA bar plus AB bar plus BC bar plus CD bar is equal to OD bar. Okay, OD bar. This can be written as OD bar is equal to minus DO bar. OD bar, this is the direction. DO bar is equal to, DO bar means negative sign. This is the negative term of OD bar. But what is the OA bar? P bar plus AB bar means Q bar plus BC bar R bar plus CD bar S bar is equal to minus T bar or P bar plus Q bar plus R bar plus S bar plus T bar is equal to 0. That means the sum of all these forces should be equal to 0 when the point O is equal. Okay now? So this is the statement and also explanation about polygon law of action of vectors. How can we state it? If number of coplanar forces are acting at a point simultaneously and the point is in equilibrium, then all these forces can be represented by the sides of a polygon taken up. That is the statement for polygon law of action of vectors. Right? Okay. Now here there is an example. Example 1. See my dear friends, here one of the most important example for the polygon law of action of vectors. So in this example, it is given this is one of the force, second force, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. All these forces are acting at a point O and the point is in equilibrium. Then all these forces can be represented by the sides of a hexagon, sides of a regular hexagon. Also given each side length is equal. Each side length is equal to x. Each side length is equal to x. It is a hexagon. Then find the value of AC, second one AD, third one AE. We values కనుక్కోండి అని అనుకోండి. చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఇది ఫస్ట్ వెక్టర్. ఓకే, this is the second vector. Direction of the second vector is like this. Second vector. It is third vector. In the direction of the third vector. Fourth vector direction is this, and this is the fifth vector, and this is the sixth. Okay, like this. All are having equal sides. All are having equal sides, and there are 6 sides. But in other way, angle between first vector and second vector is equal. This is the value of x. This is also x. So here, both the tails of the vectors should be connected to each other. Then only we should mention the angle between them. This is equal to 1 square plus 6 angles. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. మొత్తం 360 degrees. 360 by 60 is equal. 360 by 6 is equal to what is called 60 degrees. So the angle between any two adjacent forces should be equal to 60 degrees. And here also the angle between BC bar and also CD bar is equal to 60 degrees. DE bar and also CD bar is also equal to 60 degrees. It is also equal to 60 degrees. This is 60 is also equal to 60 degrees. Okay? Right. Now we are having the value of AC. This is first vector, this is the second vector. Now this is the line joining the tail of the first vector to head of the last vector. That's why this value indicates the resultant of these two vectors. This is taken as P, this is taken as Q. Okay now, according to pattern of vectors, first one to find AC. AC find out check use pattern of vectors means R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Here P is also equal to Q is equal to X and theta is equal to 60 degrees. Now tell me R square is equal to R means AC na? Sorry, AC. Yeah. AC square is equal to X square plus 2x square into cos 60. That is 2x square plus 2x square into cos 60 into 1 by 2 to cancel. 2x square plus x square is equal to 3x square. Then AC is equal to root 3 into x. Okay? This is the value of AC. AC is equal to root 3 times the value of x. But this is resultant vector. Let this resultant vector make some angle alpha with P bar make from tan alpha is equal to what the formula Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. X into sin theta means sin 60 by X plus X into cos 60. That is X into this is root 3 by 2 by X plus X into cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay? Cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. So that is equal to X into root 3 by 2 by X plus X by 2 is 3x by 2. X and X cancel. 2 and 2 cancel. Root 3 by 3 means 1 by 2. Tan alpha is equal to 1 by 2. Alpha is equal. What is it? 30 degrees. Therefore, alpha equal to 30. See from the diagram, this alpha is equal to, it is calculated as 30 degrees. Magnitude of AC is equal to root 3x. Here, clear observation from the diagram, this is the angle 60. Okay now? It is 60 and now. It is a straight line. Its total angle becomes 180. Therefore, this angle should be equal to 180 minus 60 means 120. In this triangle, here this is the angle 120, this is 30, and here 30 plus 120 means 150. Total sum of the three angles in case of triangle is equal to 180. 180 minus 150 is equal to 30 plus 120, total 180. The direction is is also equivalent to 30 degrees. Okay? Okay. So it is 30, it is 60. Total is 90. దీంతో చేసే యాంగిల్ మొత్తం 90 అయితే ఇక్కడ యాంగిల్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో ఈక్వల్ టు 90 because 90 plus 90 equal to 180 total angles. This is 90. Okay? 90 degrees. Next we will find the value of AD. AD equal to AD is the resultant of AC and CD. Second one, to find AD bar. From the diagram, AD bar is equal to AC bar plus CD bar. AC bar plus CD bar is equivalent. Here this is AD bar. Then AD square is AC square plus CD square plus 2AC into CD into cos angle between AC and CD. This is AC, this is CD, and increment is 90. Cos 90. Cos 90 is equal to 0. This is equal to root of AC square is equal to AC value root 3x. Square means 3x square plus CD is equal. CD is also equal to x. Length of each side is equal to given by x. X square plus 0. Root of 3x square plus x. X square means 4x square. Okay. 4x. Sorry, there is no root here because AC square right. AC square is equal to 4x square. AD square is equal to 4x square. Or AD is equal to the sum 2x. Cut here. The value AD should be equal to 2x. AD is equal to 2x. Right? Here, this is the angle made by the resultant AD with AC angle. This is alpha angle. Look at beta angle. Tan beta is equal. Tan beta is equal to Q sin theta by Q means x. Sin theta is equal to 90 by P root 3x plus Q x cos 90. Cos 90 0. This becomes 0. X into sin 90 1 by root 3x. X is cancelled. Tan beta is also equal to 1 by root 3. Then beta is equal. It is also equal to 30 degrees. So here this is obtained as beta is also equal to 30 degrees. Right? And here this is the resultant vector. Okay. Here this angle is equal to 90. Here 90. This is 30. 30 plus 90 is equal to 120. The sum of these three angles is equal to 180. 180 minus 120 is 60. But here this is 60. Okay now. It is also equal to 60. Right? 60. And this is 60, 60, 120. The total angle is equal to 180. 180 minus 120 is also equal to 60. Right? ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం. ఇది ఒక ఫస్ట్ వెక్టర్. ఇది సెకండ్ వెక్టర్. రిజల్టెంట్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇది అవుతుంది. రిజల్టెంట్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి. కాబట్టి from the diagram also third one AE is equal to root of come on tell me AE is equal to root of this one and this one 2x whole square plus x square plus 2 into 2x into